Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Come in. If you notice, I'm in my car, and that is because I went to my studio today where I go and live stream for you guys every Sunday at 6:30. And well, wouldn't you know, there was a function going on today, and um, it was packed out. It was somebody else was borrowing the whole facility, and and I didn't know, so I showed up, and it was very very um, busy there. So um, I did what any good pastor would do. I left and used my critical thinking as I went through the rallies drive-through and bought myself an ice cream. Because why? Because ice cream helps you to think just a little bit better. With a bit of sugar, a little bit of critical thinking, and lo and behold, I remembered that there is a library right next to my house, which has a Wi-Fi system, and I could use the Wi-Fi to stream onto my streaming platform because I need a strong Wi-Fi in order to stream using my streaming um, platform there. So I'm at the library parking lot because if you don't know, some libraries you can get close enough. This particular library, you can get very very close to the building, and you can borrow their Wi-Fi. And so um, some people use the outside. They go sit, at the bench that's like by the door and use the Wi-Fi there. I'm not going to go that far, but next week, sorry, not next week, but next month, I will be all set up to have in my own home a studio where I can stream live for you guys. So that has been in the making. I've been wanting to do that. But not only that, I can also, I have one of the pastors in National City let me use their facility there. So I'm going to switch from using my regular facility, which I absolutely love to go. I love to go in there anyway because I visit with one of my friends there. Um, and she's a senior uh, lady that lives in the area where I use the studio and stuff in there. They have a bunch of neat stuff in there. Um, and so it allows me to be able to go see her and hopefully run into her and stuff like that. And also do the lives for you guys. Um, but everything is all changing now, and I'm setting up to do in-person meetups. So if you've been wanting to meet up in person, um, you know, you're going to get the opportunity to do that. And I'm going to be setting up some um, meetups in person. So look for those. Um, and these will be in National City. With one or two of them probably will be out in the country where I'm moving to. And I will be probably doing that as well. I'm going to look into it and see what God is trying to do because I'm making a move, staying in San Diego, but um, uh, a home opened up for me, um, and I wasn't looking particularly. I had been wanting to move because during the pandemic I moved in with family, and so we're cram packed in there. But I put all my things in storage. But this allowed me to pay off my car. I paid off, so I got debt free, like debt free. And it allowed me to go do some traveling and, do a lot of stuff that I wanted to do well. I prayed, Lord, I want to still continue to do that, you know, and um, and and create the platform where I can have a professional platform continually, and um, you know, just and be able to bring the word and bring encouragement, and then have meet up in person um, events for you guys with some great speakers and people like that, right? Some great ministers, and I'm able to do that now. So randomly, without I not even, you know, it was weird because there's this area of San Diego that every time I would pass by it, I would say I would say um, I would say, gosh, I really like that area, and um, I would say, you know, I wish I could buy a piece of property right there because I just really, really liked this area. And and then lo and behold, just randomly, um, this area opened up, and uh, I get a message saying that I'm looking at this when I'm doing lives outside. I get distracted 'cause, you know, I get strange people doing strange things, and I'm wondering if they're coming my way, and should I get out the way or what? So sorry. We won't have distractions once I get into my new place. Um, so I this it was just a whole God thing, and you know, I love the countryside. You know, I really do. And this one particular place, every time I would pass by it, I would go, "Gosh, I really love this place. I really love this area." And I would look and I would be like, "Wow, I really love this area." And I would be thinking, you know, "Gosh, you know, I can grab my grandson. We can, you know, go up to the mountains, go to the snow. I could teach him some things that I really always wanted to teach him." You know, and then it's, you know, just a zip away to get to my work, one freeway, and bam, I'm there. You know, close enough to National City where, you know, I'm going to be doing a lot of ministry there. You know, and, you know, close enough to my mom and people like that. And I, the, what everything that I had in my mind, it wasn't even really like a big prayer. I wasn't like on my knees, "Oh Lord, you know, please, oh please," you know. I really wasn't. I just was just, "Lord, you're good. You know what you're doing." And I just he knows our hearts. It's basically what I'm trying to tell you. God, without, you know, without even like directly praying the thing, you know, I would pray, I would say, "Oh Lord, gosh, wow, I really like this area." It's just something, you know, just something hits you when just, you know, when you're around town and you're just in certain areas, it's just like, wow, I just really like this area, right? For some of you, you might go into like Beverly Hills and you might like be like, yeah, I really like this area. I really want that house. You know what I mean? You never know. God might open the door for that. But for me, it was the countryside, and and I the opportunity opened up, and so looks like on the 1st of April, uh, I'll be moving into this new place, and I am like really, really excited. So it is, you know, right, like with all of my favorite stores nearby. My absolute favorite Sprouts and my favorite Smart Final store that I love to go to. It's like, you know, way out in the boondocks. It really is. But it's near to the main freeways that um, instantly take you into town, into the beaches where I work. I work by the beaches, and it's even closer than where I live right now to get to my work. Where I live right now, I have to drive down. I have to, you know, go through all these streets, and then I gotta get finally get to the freeway, and then, you know, um, take the freeway up to my job. But and it's kind of not that straightforward. So we're in cultivating caring behavior, and we're in an area that has to do with listening skills. Okay. Um, you know, I listening skills is kind of it's not, you don't just automatically know how to listen to someone. We can hear them. If we have ears and we have hearing, we can hear them, but listening is a whole different skill. And even deaf people can listen. They may not be able to hear you, but they can listen to you. Okay. Listening is different. Okay. So it is something that is it requires a bit more skill in the area of understanding. Okay. And we don't want to just be someone who can hear something. We want to also evaluate the understanding of what is happening in this whole um, connection with another human being. Okay. The whys of what they're saying, the feeling of what they're saying, the facial expressions and how they're saying it, you know, the tone in their voice. I deal with a lady who's blind a lot of the times, and you know, she knows me by the way I smell, by my tone in my voice. You know, she knows that I always come in and I always touch her hand and say, you know, or what my knock at the door is a particular knock that I do on purpose. I just learned it on my own. I just critical thinking, self-thinking, you know. Um, and I do the same knock every time I knock on her door. And then I go in, I announce who I am, and then I touch her hand, and then, you know, she starts to, you know, talk to me about, you know, whatever her feelings are, whatever, you know, that she's going through. And she knows the tone in my voice. If I've been rushing, she can hear that. If I'm, you know, anxious to that I have to leave really quickly, she can hear that. If I'm settled and patient with her, and she feels you if she feels relaxed, that, you know, she doesn't have to hurry and tell me or talk to me about some issues. You know, so it's made me pay more attention at how I communicate to her, in that she can't see me, so she doesn't know visually, she doesn't know my facial expressions and stuff. So, but she can listen. She has the ability to listen, right? Um, and so here are ways in which you can practice some listening. Okay. You can by formulating the ways that you don't want to do. This is what most people do. They when someone is speaking to you, you're formulating your comeback already. Okay. You didn't even really hear what they said. You just now are hearing, are knowing and thinking about what you want to say, because they've clicked something in your mind, and so you're not really hearing them or listening to them. You're hearing them, but you're hearing what you want to do with that message. You're not hearing what they need you to do, or that they need from you, in them giving you that message. Okay. So normally we start, you know, trying to figure out a comeback, what we want to say, right? Or we start interrupting because we want to hurry up and say the thing, right? Um, or, and you know, I have my mom does that. You know, my mom is just old school, and she's been through a lot, and she just, you know, she's just lovely, funny, amazing, sweet person. no listening skills whatsoever, but she's allowed it, okay? She's not gonna learn it. Is that there's just gonna be people like that in your life. She's not gonna learn it. She's just not. That's it, basically. Okay. She interrupts. She'll interrupt. Um, and formulate her own comebacks. She does all of these things. Okay. Forgetting to make sure the speaker is finished before moving on to the next topic. So that's my biggest thing. I get a little bit ADD or whatever the thing is called. Um, where I go off the topic. I'm like changing topics all the time. So also criticizing the speaker in our head while they're speaking. You ever done that? Right. I do that all the time too. Um, you know, uh, I've got things I gotta learn. So, while someone is speaking, you're already just like, you know, you know, uh, that those shoes don't go with that outfit. There's a speaker on social media, right? And she's so well known. Like she's got it together now, but when I first started to get to know her and things, I was like, this girl is so amazing. She is incredible at what she does. I'm so interested in what she's saying. But like, homegirl, you got like the whole outfit going on, but then why are you wearing those shoes? That's how I was so critical. I was like, those shoes are awful. And, and for her little frame, short frame, and then she would wear these big black shoes that would cut off her whole outfit. And I was like, I was thinking that was so distracting to me just because of my ADD, whatever, you know. And then I come from a family who are very like fashion oriented. I don't mean like that, like wealthy or anything. I just mean that my aunt is a designer and makes all of her own outfits. And she worked for Macy's for a zillion years, and never bought, you know, any clothing. She made all of her clothing, and always the rich people coming in to see her would want her to make them clothes because all of her clothes were custom made. And my mom and I'm a designer. I constantly, not like they are. I don't sew and all the things, but I design my own, like my purses or whatever. My mom makes me sachet purses, and I'll tell her she'll have her own thing that she wants to do with it, and I'll be like, no, 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 no. Use this material with this texture and put this type of zipper on it. And she'll be like, what? So just do it. Just do it. Watch. Just do it. Sure enough, we go into the store. Everybody wants to know where I got that purse. So, um, I, just because I have, not that I'm perfect and I put it all together. Sometimes I'm just so like not, you know, I'm very sporty and stuff. So I don't do like, I'm either very elegant or I'm like really sporty. So, yeah, I have an eye for it, but not that I always do it. But yet I'm criticizing in my mind, not out loud, just in my mind, this young girl who's on social media, and I'm thinking you could have put like, man, you need some different shoes, or those shoes are not. I have my pet peeve with these certain types of shoes. There's that boot, those types of boots where your toes are showing, where they have the, your 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 toes are showing in these boots, right? They're like proper boots, but your toes are exposed, like the Kardashians used to wear them. I was like, those are awful, like the worst, horrible things ever, you know? And I was like, no, why are they thinking that that is even a thing? That is awful. But Hollywood made it famous, or the Kardashians did. So anyway, on to the next one. Don't let your minds wander. Okay. Um, so I'm a trained listener, but I have to say my mind wanders, and I know if I do it and I'm trained, lots of people do it. Okay, my mind wanders. Okay, I will start to think people will be talking. I'm supposed to be listening. I'm thinking about, you know, man, I forgot to wash those socks. Shoot, I need to wear them tomorrow, or I need to, oh God, I got this and this and that on the grocery list, and oh yeah, and that other store, they have my favorite lipstick. My mind will be wandering. Okay, so I have to be careful of that. That's not listening. Um, what? Okay, we did that one. Giving advice and analyzing what the speaker is saying. Okay, so this is the thing that most YouTubers and people that go live teaching lessons and things like that really get irritated with. Okay, there are those people that they analyze out loud, okay, or they analyze in typing or whatever. Okay, they're analyzing you, and they are giving advice, okay, when they don't, they think that they know the subject, but they have not yet lived out that subject. Okay, so don't give advice on things that you have not yet lived out. Okay, that's like me. I'm not rich, and I can't teach people, you know, I can't give you advice or analyze you if I don't know how to get rich, if I'm not there rich yet, and then give you advice on how to get rich. Okay. um Now, I can give you advice on how to be strong. Now, I asked my son today, what if you could describe me to someone who's really important to you, what would you say? And he said strength. And so that I know that about me. I am gangster when it comes to being strong, a strong person, right? Doesn't mean that I get emotional. I was crying the other day. I have a good friend that died, who I've known for many years, and known their family, watched the kids grow and all the things. And it was very, very difficult for me to go to the celebration of life service and say something, about the family member, and without, breaking out into this, you know, emotional thing. But so yeah, so strength would be something that I would be able to teach and give advice on, right? Hope, definitely. I have lived it out, so I have much wisdom when it comes to hope and overcoming really severe, big time obstacles. Okay. If anyone can do that and give advice on it, it would be me. Okay. I'm a former motocross athlete. I can give advice on riding a dirt bike. Okay. Not that you need that, probably be some useless bit of information, but because I have a background in that, I am a high level swimmer, swam many different situations and places and things. I can give advice on some swimming. Okay. I would be able to do that. I've been living my life out serving the Lord, Jesus Christ. I would be able to give advice, living out a good life serving the Lord, because I have done it. Faith, I have lived out faith. I can give advice on that subject. Okay. So get with me on YouTube, Facebook, and in person when I start to do my in-person stuff. Get with me on that. How do you listen? We listen. What helps is by mirroring, okay? Mirroring what someone has said. Summarizing. If you notice that a lot of professional listeners on, like, your favorite talk show and things like that, one of my favorite people was Regis Philbin. You guys probably don't know who Regis Philbin is. I love Regis. I know, I loved him. He was known for not wanting to, he didn't like to get to know the people before the interview. So before the talk show, he didn't want to interact with them because he wanted everything to be in real time, in real life, and like if it was just like it wasn't like if it was, he didn't want it to be scripted, basically. And I can totally relate to Regis Philbin, okay? And as you know, if you've watched him and studied him a little bit, I like to study some of these people, you can see that it was unscripted, okay? His conversations, what he asked, and everything was just like random, it was sporadic, it was, on the spot type thing. And that is what made him a valuable talk show host. He was lots of fun, lots of, you just didn't know what to expect, and neither did the person who he was interviewing. They didn't know what to expect. It was very like random. So the listener, he had a keen ear to be able to listen. As you know, if you notice, certain people, how they mimic the body language or the style or the tone of voice in the person that they're interviewing. Okay, that's another way of listening and relating to someone. Also, you can say things like, did I hear that correctly? And then that would give someone the opportunity to say, oh, no, that's not what I meant. I meant, this is what I meant, right? And so you can say, oh, okay, is this what you're saying? And mirror that back. So those are just all different types of things. So you can say things, you can ask things like, so how does that make you feel, right? How does that make you feel? If you notice some certain people that are really great at interviewing, they might ask a question in there, not in the direct way, but maybe they might, roundabout ways say something like, can you elaborate on that feeling in that moment? They might find a lot of different ways on to ask for the feeling of that. So I always say, one of the things that people really find really assuring, 100% every single time, if I say, which I always say, thank you so much for sharing that. That was very valuable information. And I use those words all the time at work, all the time. And 100%, most people absolutely adore me for those words, okay? Because people want to feel valued, okay? So they want to know that what they said to you has some meaning. They don't want to just be talking, just for no reason, most people. So let them feel valued. Anyways, we're going to close. It's getting late. I want to read Proverbs 12, verse 18. Reckless words pierce like a sword, but the tongue of the wise brings healing. Okay? Proverbs 16:21. The wise in heart are called discerning, and pleasant words promote instruction. We're going to close right there. We're going to pick it up next week. And I promise you, I will have a studio next week. Okay? All right, guys. In my car. random. Sorry about that. I love you guys. Father, in the name of Jesus, I pray blessings over your people. Amen. Bye.